Welcome, hello. This is going to be a pretty quick, short video, sort of review, point of view. I did pick up a new unit. If you followed along on my Instagram channel, you will have seen that I do have a unit in that I borrowed from a distributor, which is the Advance Paris WTX stream tubes. Yes, you see that right. There are tubes in the output stage of this streamer. Now, I'm not going to go over all of the bells and whistles. I just want to talk about my impression of the last few minutes listening to a bunch of different sources, switching back and forth. Some of the interesting specs that I'm going to point out here are this for the output. So there's more. I'm comparing to the topping DAC, which is a dual AKM chip running through the SMSL A200 to the Kanto YU5 passives. Now, not really all that high-level hi-fi gear, but this is a desktop type of streamer. It's got tubes. I'm comparing it to what I'm familiar with, so my frame of reference is pretty close. So what I'm going to say is I think that this voltage output is going to be higher than the topping output, because when I switch between the two with RCA outs from either one, this streaming unit definitely has more output. I can adjust the volume up to 10 points, and the tubes unit sounds a little bit louder. So I think that that's the reason. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't double check, but everything else in the specs here looks great. The conversion works great. The app works really well. It's responsive. When I change the volume on the computer, the volume changes on the app, so I'm changing it on the computer now. You can see that the slider works well. I've got it plugged in via the Ethernet right now. This is the song I happen to be listening to. It sounds good. The sound staging seems to open up a little bit more, which is very common of tube stage preamps or amplifiers. The detail is about the same. Moderate volume playback, voltage levels out makes it a little bit louder, so that was a little bit tricky. But overall, I believe the unit sounds really good. If you want and enjoy that little bit more expanse on the sound staging, that's definitely one way to get it into your sound quality or your sound presentation. And now it's not going to sound, I would say, like, it's not going to have more refinement. It's not going to have, because I don't know what DACs are in here. It doesn't even specify. There's, it will tell you that it's running all of these other kinds of things in here, but it doesn't tell you what the DACs are as far as I can see. So if this is a chip, maybe PCM 1796, I have no idea what that is. It doesn't specify or say anything, but it sounds good. It's not a bad unit at all. It's really small, as you can see. Topping DAC is about the same. Just ignore all the dust there. The tubes are inside the chassis, and you can see through the window on the front. That's pretty cool. They're military grade tubes. Let me see if I can get that focused in. Probably not at this range. No. Anyhow, they sound good. What I'm noticing, though, if I'm going to go through my phone, this is the best way to do this stuff, is I'm going to tap on the Weem Pro app, where I have a Weem streamer in the other room. And if you see what's going on here, I can tap on this, and this is what's playing. So it seems like the app structure they're using is the same for the Weem streamer app. So now I'll go into, where was the advanced? Let me see. There it is, Advanced Player app. So there you go. I'm going to go down. You see the interface here? You saw me tap into the Advanced Player. But then when I switch, And this is the Weem streamer. So look at the interfacing at the bottom. Why is it so blurry? So anyways, they're almost identical. It's basically the same type of layout and structure. So I'm going to go to the sources. This is browsing. I'll go to this one. I'll go to browse. You can see that it's basically the same app. It has the same features, the same look. So whoever made the software for the Weem streamers, I think, is outsourcing that software for both brands. You can see at the top, see it says advanced app there. This one has the Weem app there, so you know I'm not playing games. It's basically the same. So when I pull up the song, it looks like this. This one looks like this. Now these look identical. So I find that really interesting. The advanced streamer one does see, when I go into this one, I go to devices. This is my Weem streamer right here. I've renamed it. So the app is actually seeing both connected to my network. So that tells me that this might actually share a lot of the same software programming, maybe even fundamental hardware. And the only thing that Advance has changed is they're using a tube pre-out stage to the RCAs instead of using some solid state chip, which the Weem Pro Plus is using. So I find that super interesting. I just wanted to jump in here real quick and talk about it. It's not a negative at all. I can't say anything bad about the unit. It does work. It functions well. The Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, RCA output functions great. The app is responsive. It controls well. It connects directly with the Spotify output. You can see there. There you go. Connects with no problem. I really enjoy it. I like the sound staging that it offers. It's a little bit more expansive in like sound staging width. I wouldn't say so much for details because the DAC is probably comparable. Certainly on gear like this, I'm not hearing high levels of resolution, and I'm not blasting it as loud as possible to analyze the sound per se. I wanted to do a quick sort of function, hookup, set it up in only a couple of minutes, hardwired to the network. The app recognized it right away. It functions with all the other apps. The Spotify works fine. I was streaming directly or connecting directly from the phone. Signing in with Qobuz works just fine. So if I go in here to Qobuz, I can select some of my music, playlists. So right now we're playing on the Spotify. I'll turn this one up. This is my SMSL. And of course, I'm going to get dinged for copyright if I let that play. So let's stop the Spotify. Now that's stopped. Playback has stopped. So we're going to go back. We're going to go into the same song with Qobuz. Where are you? Somewhere around here. This is only a CD quality. So now it's switched to playing on Qobuz. Playing via tubes, same section of the song. That's just my lights flashing there with the camera shutter. Yeah, you're not going to get any sound quality through the phone, so let's just call that a wrap. That's a really good song for sub bass and quality in the song. It's a live recording. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. I highly recommend it. And for this one, yeah, the Advanced Paris WTX Stream Tubes is a pretty inexpensive way to get some tube sound into your streaming. And it functions really well with the app. It functions really well with wired and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You can see that there's a source here button. You can just switch between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You can connect to your phone that way, no problem. The app is responsive. See, I disconnected from Wi-Fi, then I switch back and it reconnects. Yeah, so that's a really cool way to get some tube spice into your life. I would recommend trying it out if you have a distributor or sales place anywhere nearby. Take a look at the Advanced Paris streamer. Pretty good function. I like it. Again, I don't want to get copyright for this one, so please. Anyhow, that's my review. Very point of view, very raw, edited, unedited, one shot. It is what it is. This is how I listen to my music. There's no reason why I should pretend that I am any better than this. This is just how I listen. This is how I evaluate. This is what my place is normally like. So there you have it. If you have any questions, hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think. I know the video style is not like the usual, but you know what? I would rather do it raw and honest than pretend that I am something that I am not just to get attention. So I don't know what you think about that, but I stand pretty firm on the fact of being real instead of flashy and attention-getting. So that's the Advanced Paris WTX Stream Tubes model. Doesn't actually have a Bluetooth functionality right now, if I'm honest. This is an optional addition. You have to buy the Bluetooth dongle extra and then plug it in, and then you get Bluetooth functionality. So the source button switches back and forth, but Bluetooth doesn't I didn't get a chance to actually test it in Bluetooth mode. So transparency. Anyhow, thank you for joining and watching. If you see fit, you can share this with other people. If you feel like the videos need a little bit more of something, then leave a constructive, respectful comment. Otherwise, I will just ignore and or delete it. I'm not standing for any of that either. I defend others and their space, and integrity, honor, and respect come before all else. I mean, knowledge is what it is, and people have a freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean that we have to tolerate it. So I hope you enjoyed the review and this insight on this unit. Take a look online for other reviews if you wish, and if you have a chance, just listen to it. Like I said, you get that tube width and sound staging from a simple device. It's a pretty good upgrade if I'm honest. All right, take it easy, everyone. Have a great Saturday.